go straight into it. Sexual distractions. Let's go there. Right. One of the most difficult things for young people to understand today is the damage that sex does when you are not married. Sex does a lot of damage when you're not married. Sex has the capacity to intoxicate us mentally. Individual mental processes is there. The difference between a good relationship and a bad relationship. Sex is intoxicating. And because it's intoxicating, it can put your mind in a condition that you don't know whether you're making a right decision or a bad decision. That's why God is telling you not to have sex before you get married, because sex will really intoxicate you. And you may make a decision to marry somebody that you really should marry based upon you being drunk off of them feel good. A person, sex can feel, you can have sex that feel good from a bad person. So a bad person can give you good feelings. And that's like drinking good poison, good tasting poison. The poison is good, but it's killing you. So you won't be able to make good judgment. I know a lot of people got in a relationship because of the sex, and it ends up when they get in a relationship, it's no good, so it's intoxicated. That's why it says, the Bible says that an individual will be drunk through fornication. Go to Revelation 8 and 3. Why they don't want you to drive drunk? Because it impairs your judgment. You don't make good judgments. Look at Revelation 8 and 3.
And another angel came and stood at the altar, having a golden censer, and there was given to him much incense, that he should offer.
It should be 18 and 3, I think. What's my Bible?
And it reads, for all nations are drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication.
All nations are what?
Drunk.
Drunk with what?
Of the wine of the wrath of her fornication.
So fornication of the wine. And it can get you drunk. And if they don't want you drunk, drinking drunk, driving drunk, not drinking drunk, driving drunk. If they want you to do a lot of things drunk because of the damage that it will put yourself in, to get in a relationship where you are having sex with someone is not good. Because there's a lot of people, you married people that are abusive, married people that have really bad spirit and bad components of them to destroy their whole life, and they couldn't see all those things. They, I missed that. Why didn't I see that? You didn't see it because you were drunk. It's intoxicated. Revelation 17 and 2. Revelation 17 and 2.
It reads, with whom the kings of the earth have committed fornication, and the inhabitants of the earth have been made drunk with the wine of fornication.
They've been made what?
Drunk.
So most people don't see that sex gets you drunk. Many people said, I do drunk. Watch, I'm going to show you something. You get actively involved in sex with a man or woman, especially when a man, you stop having sex with him, he gets mean. You stop having sex with him, he gets mad. He start acting ways and showing ways. That's because you get a chance to see what he really is sober. And so what happens if you get sick and not able to give him that sex? Or he has to go out of town because he's addicted. He's an alcoholic, just like a sex addict. And if he doesn't have this, and if you miss a month, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, however long, so that's why that longevity of time lets you see the real man or the real woman. But having sex, you are not able to make good discernment to see if this is the right person or not. And you're not thinking about the intoxication that it does. Okay? Next. The Bible encourages us to be sober. 1 1 Corinthians 5 and 8.
And be sober.
Be sober.
Be vigilant.
But steps can make me drunk. God said us be sober, be vigilant.
Because your adversary, the devil, as the word lion walketh about.
On the wedding, when people get married, they usually have wine at the wedding, but not them. They grape juice or whatever. They drink it after the wedding, after they done the bride. Well, that really wasn't the wine that you drunk. The wine was the sex. That really was the wine after. You don't want to have the sex before, that's after. Follow me? Because you don't want, you want to be sober. The Bible tells you to be sober. Why? Because what? Be sober,
Because your adversary, the devil, as a word
now let's
lion.
think about this. Right? What about this? I get you drunk, and then I say, let's fight. I'm going to win. So you should be sober because you're adversary. So the devil get you drunk with sex and then fight you. Because he can win because you're intoxicated. So now, if sex is a wine, if sex is an intoxicated, that's a setup from the devil to get you drunk, to fight you and pull you out of church and win and defeat you. So he says, be sober. Read.
Because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about, seeking whom he may devour.
Not only now is he an adversary, but he's a lion. So you get drunk. This lion is trying to capture you. How you gonna run from a lion when you're drunk? How you gonna get away from the devil when you're drunk? And what drunk is you? What is one of the things they can drunk in you? Sex. Fornication. So now you're being fought drunk. A lion is chasing you drunk. So he only uses sex and he only uses fornication to get you drunk, so he has an advantage over you. That makes any sense? In America, there are laws that will prevent people from drinking and driving because the law knows that these people are not capable of making good decisions. Anyone who's having sex before marriage is drunk. Therefore, they cannot determine if they are marrying the wrong or right person. So what do? Next, we get drunk and then get married. And then we marry somebody wrong, and then we'll end up now married and single, but we're addicted to sex. So now we're married, living single with an addiction. Therefore, there are so many divorces happening today because people are married and getting married drunk. The Bible tells us to avoid fornication. He doesn't. Why does he tell you to avoid fornication? Not because he don't want you to feel good. He didn't say avoid sex. He said avoid fornication. Well, fornication and sex are two different things. Fornication is sex outside of marriage. He didn't say avoid sex. He said avoid fornication. That means avoid sex before you get married. Sex is not against God. It's sex before you get married is against God because it is to protect you. Not because God don't want you to enjoy sex. He wants us to enjoy sex, but he don't want you to get married drunk. The sex is good. The sex is right. But I don't want you to put yourself in a position where you're drunk. So all of that is about protecting you, not about you not feeling good. It's about you not making the wrong decision because he's against double marriage. So I'm going to prevent you from putting yourself in a bad condition because you married somebody drunk and then that ain't the right person. They leave you and you by yourself and you struggling. So I don't want you to have sex before you get married. Not I don't want you to have sex before you get married. That's the thing. We think sex is bad. Sex isn't bad. Sex before marriage is bad. Why would you drink and get in a car? Why would you drink and get on a boat and try to drive? Why would you drink and get on a plane? Why would you get drunk and then get into a relationship? And the whole while you're in a relationship, you're drunk. You have an argument, you fight. The way to solve the argument is to have sex. Y'all ain't talking to each other, can't even speak to each other, but you get together, have sex, and then y'all cool with each other.
Right.
Come over, you're drunk until you sober down again. So that's why you start having arguments every week until you have an argument every week, have sex, you get along, and then when that weight off, you have sex again, you get along. So the whole relationship is sex, fussing, sex, fussing, sex, fussing. And you don't know the pattern. It's drunk, sober, drunk, sober. And you're getting along when you're drunk because you're having sex. But when you're sober, you don't get along. So now in order to get drunk again, both of you have sex, y'all cool now, you're holding hands and everything else until you get sober again and you're cussing each other out. This is the reason why the Lord wants us to avoid fornication. He wants us sober. Now what ends up happening? Now, you got this sex sober, sex sober, sex sober. Now you get married and you have a child. And you got to be out 6 months, 6 weeks or 8 weeks sometime when you have that child. Now what is he gonna be doing? If he can't handle that week, when he can't get drunk no more, what do you think? He's a sexaholic, alcoholic. He can't get drunk no more. What do you think he's gonna do? If he can wait for you a whole week, you think he's gonna wait till you get through with this thing going on in your body when you have a baby? What happens if he got to go to the military for 6 to 8 weeks and he's alcoholic? You think he's gonna be waiting on you? Or you think he's gonna get whatever he need to get sober? And if he don't get what he need to get sober, he's gonna be fussing and cussing and causing you all kind of problems and being mean to you and everything else. He do it now. Tell him no, stop. We ain't gonna do this no more. It's not saying all kind of stuff, calling you a hoe and your calling you a being everything. All because you told him you can't have this. Or her. Next. Sex is an addictive drug. Too often people do not understand the protection that they have when they don't have the protection that they have when they don't have sex. It must be understood that all of us, both married and unmarried, have desires for sex. However, we must look at sex as a drug. You gotta look at it as a drug. When we engage in sexual activity, the person we become involved with becomes our drug dealer. It's a drug. And whoever you have sex with, that becomes your dealer. Okay? Watch. Having sex is creating a dependency on a person who may not have the best interest in mind and can make you addicted to a feeling. This can be dangerous. Because if I get addicted to a person, see, once you have an addiction, then I can control it. Once you have an addiction, then you're coming to me for something. You gotta get it from me. And if it's addicted and I don't give it to you, then you're gonna be wanting to do something else, because it's not sex that you really want when you get to that point. It's the feeling that sex gives you. That's why you have people that go into masturbation and go into porn, because now it's not sex, it's the feeling of sex. If sex had no feeling, I wouldn't want it. But it's the feeling. So people don't understand what I want is not sex, what I want is the feeling that sex gives. That's why a person can substitute the sex for masturbation, because it still gives them that feeling. Now, if I'm addicted to a feeling, it can start making me very promiscuous, because what happens is, if he doesn't give it to me, then another he will. Or another he will. And then if I want the feeling, then if he don't do it, then she start doing it. And then I start doing it. Now just like one guy who gets dope from a dealer, and then he starts getting dope from this person, dope from that person and dope from that person, because he want the feeling, he want the feeling, he want the feeling. Then when I want the feeling, then I don't care if he ain't treating me right. I just want him to give me that feeling. I don't care if he dogging me out, and I know he dogging me out, but I can't stay away from him because he provides me with this particular feeling. And now that I got this particular feeling, I think I'm in love with him, but I'm in love with that feeling. So now I'm in a love-hate relationship because I don't like him, I know he's no good, but I need him for this particular thing. And you become just as addicted as the person who is on drugs, hates smoking them and can't stop smoking. And a lot of our young people are addicted to sex. Masturbation, pornography, and homosexuality, all the signs of someone who's addicted to the drug of sex. If you're masturbating, if you're in pornography, you're in homosexuality, all you're wanting is a feeling, you're addicted to a feel-good. Because sex makes us feel that somebody else is making us happy. Somebody is giving us a pleasure that we can't give to ourselves. Making us feel something, it validates. For a man, it validates that he has this submission over a woman. For a woman, it makes her feel that she's wanted or chased. That's why a woman will tell a man, no, leave me alone. He keep on coming back. No, leave me alone. You ever watch a dog trying to have sex with another dog? She biting and pulling his tail and everything else. Trying to, because as long as he chasing her, she feel wanted. And then another dog, he tried to jump in. 5 or 6 of them go in heat. And you know, the bite and everything else. And finally, the dog that conquers her, he feels like I've conquered her. I've won. The female, she's got him chased. All that makes this reflection about validation and feeling. Okay? Man having sex with a woman, she doing all that hallelujah, whatever you do. I feel like I done conquered. I feel like I won something. Accomplish your goal. Accomplish your books. That's fulfillment. It's going to be a sense of fulfillment. And we don't look at sex for what it is. Okay? Now, I can take my arm and rub up against my arm. That's all sex is. How about the skin rubbing against skin? But we overvalue it. We overvalue it. And because we overvalue it, because we see the sex instead of the bonding or relationship with the person that we have, now we only viewing we're highlighting something that really shouldn't be highlighted so big, because what we should be doing is highlighting a person that we want to bond with versus rubbing each other's skin to make each other satisfied, because all you're doing is itching each other, dragging each other. Same thing. But mentally, we're focused on that's a big thing. This can be dangerous because it leads people to having sex with individuals who they have no emotional bond with. Now the danger is when I'm just involved with a feeling, I start having sex with people I have no bond with. I just want that feeling. One night stands, 30-minute stands, not even a whole night. But all I'm wanting now is the feeling. You become like somebody who got a dirty needle and just want the drug. You smoke crack out of a pipe, you smoke crack out of a ball, and you're addicted. The danger of sex before marriage is that a person can become sexually addicted and physically addicted before they are physically emotional addicted. Having sex without an emotional bond can destroy a person's ability to genuinely enjoy sex. Because when you have sex, it's supposed to be a person that you're bonding with, I feel that, I love you, this is something that we're sharing together. But when you have so much of sex outside, then you can't bond with the person that you're trying to get with, because now sex is not connected to a bond. It's just something to satisfy me. Young man, there's a young lady the other day, and we be F partners, F buddies. What they call it? What they call it? Y'all know. Y'all know I know. F buddies. A friend with benefits. All they're doing is just satisfying each other. But now you don't have no emotional bond, because now you get married and you got a husband that want to bond with you and really want to have that bond and have a sex about bond and intimacy. Or when I love you, you're into me and I'm into you. See, when you have sex, not only are you to be into them physically, but I want you to be into me emotionally. I'm into you. But now what you got, sex is just it's a physical thing. So he's into you, but he's not into you. Which is dangerous.
Yes, sir.
Y'all with me?
Yes, sir.
I don't want no now look. How would I look? And I hope y'all get this. How does it look? You go to a car. If you go to the house and you saw this house, or you want this house. I'm gonna say this man put it in the garage. Say they put in the garage, then I'm like, wow, everybody got it. Then a truck come in, everybody got it. Then you got a sports car, here go out. How many cars have been in and out? Well, you saw one car, a Toyota. You go to the first house, back out. Go to the second house, back out. Go to the third house, back out. Fourth house, back out. That's why you don't circle like this. That's everybody coming in. Tony back in, back out. John back in, back out. After a while, that car can have all kind of oil stains on it. See, if they play, it won't stay. Serious. So you have to understand people who have sex now, because of that, then a guy can get up, have sex with you, you feel really good about the sex, and then get up and say something nasty, call you a whore, don't like you, don't call me. You know, you get through, just got through, and you all in it, you know, y'all, ooh, that feel good on it, then you get good for what you calling me for? I'm busy. Now, see, that's the danger. That's the danger. All of our relationships will become based upon sex. Samson was intoxicated by sex, and although the night made him no good, he could not even discern it. He knew. Go to Judges. It's gonna make you vulnerable. You'll know. Some of y'all know this guy. You know the girl don't like you. Y'all know that, man. You know it, and you still can't let him go. Judges 16. And 1. Judges 16 and 1.
Then went Samson to Gaza, and saw her in harlot, and went in unto her, and it was told unto Gaza, saying, Samson is come hither. And they compassed the men and laid wait for him all night at the gate of the city.
Verse 4. It came to pass.
And it came to pass afterward, and he loved the woman in the valley of Sorek.
He loved the woman. He had sex with her in the valley.
And his name was Delilah.
His name was Delilah.
And the lords of the Philistines came up to her and said unto her, entice him, and see wherein his great strength lieth.
Now they said entice him and see where his strength is. So he had sex with him and said, entice him. Read.
And by what means we may prevail against him, and that we may bind him to afflict him, and we will give thee every one of us 1,100 pieces of silver. And Delilah said to Samson, tell me, I pray thee, wherein thy great strength lieth, and wherewith thou mightest be found to afflict him. And Samson
so
said,
she's telling him, tell me how I can afflict you. Tell me how I can destroy you. He knows she's no good. She's did it 3 times and set him up and had the Philistines there to destroy him, and he still can't see because he's intoxicated by sex. He has talked to your cousin, hit on your mama, asked your grandma can she go out, that took you money, won't give you money back, told you he don't want you. You asked her, hey, do you want me? I don't want you. Leave me alone. Just leave me alone. I don't want you. And you still text. All right? Then she tells you she don't want you. Leave me alone. But you're so addicted to the sex, you go buying her stuff then. And she don't want you, but she do like the stuff you be buying. And you gonna buy a ring. No, young lady that ain't been saved all your life. Y'all done been
it's real.
Yeah. You gotta leave him alone, and then you just told him you don't want him no more because you've been talking to somebody else. You don't want him no more. You done found somebody else that you like, you're on the phone with them now. He blowing your phone up and you look, oh, that's it. He texted again. How you doing? What going to take you 20 times? Then he show you out with some rollers and some rain, and then you start having sympathy sex. Now I'm being real. I hope you're not doing that now. So now you start having sympathy sex, which I really don't like this guy. I don't want him. But he done showed up in my house with some flowers and a rain, and I brought my mama a turkey dinner. So, but you don't want it. But he can't turn loose. Girls the same way. Young ladies, brother, the same way. And now you're into something because you're addicted. And watch, when you really get over a person, you go back, you feel so stupid. You look like myself, my God, I'm like that. What made me like, and then you look at him and he was ugly. You go back and say, man, how did I do that? When you start staying away from people sexually, they start looking a certain way. You ain't that cute. You really ain't that cute. And I thought if you start seeing flaws and everything else, but you get some, but you get drunk. When you get drunk, you look cute. But then you start seeing things, you stay away, you start seeing habits. And so that's why many of you have sexual addiction and don't know it. An evaluation must be taken to see if there is a sexual addiction. Next. Have you ever had sex with more than one person in a setting? Not when I said a setting. Have you ever had sex with more than one individual? That's an addiction. That's a problem. Have you ever been in a relationship where you were sleeping with blah, blah, blah? Nah, that's different. When I thought about, I said it was setting, it means more than one person having sex with you. At a time, like 2 guys in there, or 2 girls in there, and all them threesomes and all that. If you have, you got something wrong with you. I'm telling you, you think you're all right, but something wrong. Something wrong, man. Now, you got John over there, you like a John. You got Pete over there, you got Sue over there, and Sally over there. You got Sally for Monday, you got Sue for Tuesday, you got Sue Dean for Wednesday. You got all these different parts, because they ain't tied into nobody. They're just like, all that just like sex. Ain't no time. Do you masturbate? Man, if you cannot get satisfaction that you go to your own head, and I got you in them blow up dolls, something wrong. Y'all laugh, but it's what we have. Y'all think I'm kidding. You laugh, they got blow up doll and brought it to the convention. You got ready for the convention and say, come on, we going. Amen. You wonder what he doing with an air pump and a 3K. That's the blow dry, you know. Listen, you gotta watch it. But it's true. All right? In the last 4 years, when was the longest you have gone without sex? When is the longest you've gone without sex? Have you had sex with someone that you have known less than a month? Now, you ain't got to be having sex with nobody. But I'm just saying, I'm looking at, because I'm trying to tell you that you don't know the guy all month. You wouldn't have sex with somebody you don't know, you ain't even know the whole week. Y'all just start talking. Now, you shouldn't have sex with anybody if you're talking a year, 2 years, 3 years, because sex outside of marriage. Okay? How you participate in phone sex? Man, what you sound like on the phone?
When he worked that little
digital baby out there. Twins. These are things we don't see them. These are things are really their addiction. Right? You don't get on the phone have phone eating. Oh, this chicken good. Ooh, give me some more of that. You know that? It's addictive. It's the truth. And we participate on that. How many times a week do you feel sex is needed? Okay? These are things that you have to look at. Then we got to find out how to deal with them. Now, there are desires. You have desires. And you all have them. We men. This question to a sick individual determine whether an addiction is this or not. So these are questions that you need to ask yourself. You find the answer. All right? The fight to understand sex addiction is great. Many people don't know how to determine whether they're dealing with nature or addiction. So the difference is, am I dealing with nature? Nature is like, and all of you, saved, unsaved, married, or unmarried, you have nature that craves into your body and desire. Those don't happen. You don't get that saying that it don't happen. But it's my, see, sex has to be controlled by the mind. See, if live your body, live in sacrifice, holy and acceptable to God, be not conformed to the world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. There's a whole lot of things that I want to do. A whole lot of things I get home. How many of y'all get home sometimes for food? Get home. Get home. Do you get hungry one day, all the stores closed, everything closed? Ain't nothing open, right? Do you get hungry enough to break in Publix to go and get some chicken?
No.
Why? Cause you got something that you know you're going to jail. Oh, my stomach hurt me so bad, I just had to have me some wet and you breaking that brother, because you're going to put in jail. Well, why you ain't like that with your body? Because the hunger in your flesh is the same thing as the hunger in your sexuality. And you don't say, hey, you know, I ain't gonna do this because if I get this, I'm gonna lose judgment. I'm not gonna be, you know. So you got certain aspects of your body that have crazy and you control them. I ain't breaking into Taco Bell going there fixing my own taco because I know I gotta wait till they open. I ain't going to the chicken place and going to the public up in the back there making my own Subway. They come in and shoot me with a pickle juice in my hand. I'm not going in there. Why? Because I know that. You got to do the same thing with your body. I know my body wants this, but I got to go about this the right way. I'm just sorry I got to wait till Publix open. Because it's going to put me in a bad position. I got to wait until I am ready for this, because if I do it, I'm opening myself up to hurt. I'm opening myself up to losing the guy, because losing the female, because now they lose the chase. How long do you chase something till you catch it? When you catch it, you're gonna chase it no more. He gonna chase you till he catch it. When you catch it, he gotta find something else that's money. You with me? You young lady, you have to use sex like cheese on a track. Now, you want to catch a mouse, if you have a mouse you want to catch it, you don't just lay cheese around your house. He gonna eat the cheese and leave. Put the cheese on a trap. See, it's all right for you to have cheese, just don't be giving cheese out without on the trap. Show you how that works. This is marriage, that's the trap. Put your cheese on that. Right? Okay? Now, before he get that cheese, he gonna go and walk with that rat, walk with that cheese, and he get trapped. He got the cheese, but he in there, he gonna eat it when he trapped. He ain't gonna eat the cheese and run away. The thing is, you done gave him cheese laid out everywhere. He ain't on nothing. He ain't got cheese everywhere. Cheese in the car, cheese in the forest, cheese in the bathroom of the school, cheese in the that's rough. That thing, that desire to give him what he want. But he give him what he want. If he can leave, he gonna leave. He gonna go. And that's why you have these positions. People that are coming in and out of your life. People wonder why they have so many boyfriends. Because you gave them keys. You can stop him. He gonna listen. He gonna call you and stay on that phone with you all day until he get what he wants. And when he get it, you ain't gonna be able to call him. You were working before I gave it to you. I mean, listen, y'all know that's the trend that happened. You know that's the thing that happened. I just sitting there with an empty trap. Many people do not know how to determine whether they are ill in nature. When you know that sexual relationship is going to cause emotional and physical damage, and you're still willing to have that relationship and addiction to this, when you know that it's still going to cause problems, emotion, and you're still willing to have that sex with somebody that you know don't really love you, that's not really committed, that's an addiction. Next. That's it? Okay. What time is it? What is it? I'm supposed to be through what time? 2:45. Go to the next one. You've been playing and they're getting late. Next. a sport. One of the most important things to recognize about any relationship is that relationship is sports. The Bible considered the male and female relationship a sport. During the Bible period, when a man was interested in a woman, the woman in that name was referred to as a sport. The word sport comes from a Hebrew word, shahad. To laugh, outright mimic, scorn, be implied to sport, to laugh, to mock, to play, to make sport. Look at that. Right? Sporting is the beginning of a relationship. Men's ability to make you smile. And men and women must have the ability to make one laugh. If a person can make you laugh, they can make you love. This is not no relationship. They put this in the wrong order. Go to the book of Genesis. Right? 26 and 1. Genesis 26 and 1.
There was a famine in the land.
Read a little loud.
And there was a famine in the land, beside the first famine that was in the days of Abraham. And Isaac went unto Abimelech, king of the Philistines, unto Gerar. And the Lord appeared unto him and said, Go not down into Egypt, dwell in the land which I shall tell thee of. Sojourn in this land, and I will be with thee, and I will bless thee. For unto thee and unto thy seed I will give all these countries, and I will perform.
Let's go down. Isaac said that his wife Rebecca was his sister. He lied. But in verse 7, it said, and the men of that place asked him of his wife, and he said, she is my sister. I feel to say, she is my wife, lest the men of the place should kill him for Rebecca, because she was fair to look upon. And it came to pass, when he had been there a long time, that Abimelech, king of Philistine, looked out of the window and saw that the whole island was sporting with Rebecca, his wife. Now they got my slides mixed up in the wrong direction here, but I'm going. They were sporting. A relationship is about sporting. It's about winning that person. So now you got to look at sexual relationship as a sport. That's why they said he got game and all of that kind of stuff like that. It's all a sport. I want you to watch this. Go. Sporting is big at the beginning of a relationship. A man's ability to make you smile. A woman's ability must have the ability to make you laugh. So sporting is about me scoring points with you. Oh, he done scored some points. He scored. Y'all never heard language like that? Oh, he scored some points now because it's me trying to win you and you trying to win me. That's what it's about. Okay? And your job is if a person can make you laugh, they can make you love, and they can make you hate. So a person can make you, if they can affect you to make you laugh, and remember this, anybody that has the potential to make you laugh has the potential to make you cry. Anybody that has the potential to make you love has the potential to make you hate. And now remember something. A man's idea or a woman's idea of you can change immediately after they have sex with you. Immediately. This guy here in 2 Samuel, that's why you wait till you get married. Because a guy can easily have a relationship with you and immediately hate you after that. That can happen. look at this in 2 Samuel 13 and 15. 13 and 1. Read.
Verse 1.
Let's start 13 and 15.
And it reads, Then Amnon hated her exceedingly, so that the hatred wherewith he hated her was greater than the love wherewith he had loved her.
Now this guy loved his own sister and wanted his sister. Because there is a sexual desire that a man can have of a woman, and he loves her for her body, and loves her for sex, and loves her for what he wants out of her. And immediately after he has sex with her, his love turns to a hatred, and he starts treating her nasty. So I saw virgins get involved with a man, he has sex with her and hate her afterwards, and just crush her heart. Her first love, the first person she slept with, he slept with her and got right up and told everybody he just did it to do it, and then one talk to her, one communicate with her, but afterwards it's out. He loved the love that he had for her. The hate that he had for her was stronger than the love. So the guy went all the way from loving you to completely hating you, all because of the sex. Go to the book of Deuteronomy. And women don't realize that. 22 and 13. That's why you have to be careful, because immediately you can hate a person. A man can. He has that capacity. Deuteronomy 22 and 13, what it says?
If any man take a wife.
Read it a little louder. If any man
take a wife.
Take a wife.
And go in unto her.
Go into, what do you mean go into her? Having sex with her.
And hate her.
And hate her. Wait. He goes into her and hate her immediately after. Because you don't know that men have that potential. And that's why you got someone that has sex with you, and after that it totally went totally different. They don't want nothing else to do with you, don't want to talk with you. And you're like, why? Because those potentials are there. And that's why God wanted a man to marry, because now you make him stay around long enough to determine if that's there. Man can do everything for your body, and mustn't get it. He's just mad and totally hate the person that he has sex with. He has that potential in him. So God tried to protect you by saying, don't do it, because you don't know if he's one of those that can immediately hate you afterwards. Not talk to you, and some of y'all have dealt with that. Some of y'all have been into that. Some of y'all, the first person you was involved in, you still ain't gonna understand, because you can't even figure out, well, what did I do? What was in me so bad that he did this? He talked me into it, he spent the time with me, and all of a sudden he don't want me no more. God knows those potentials will be there. Read it again.
If any man take a wife and go in unto her and hate her, and give occasions of speech against her, and bring up an evil name upon her, and say, I took this woman, and when I came to her, I found her not a maid. Then shall the father of the damsel and her mother take and bring forth the tokens of the damsel's virginity unto the elders of the city in the gate. And the damsel's father shall say unto the elders, I gave my daughter unto this man to wife, and he hated her.
And he what?
Hated.
Hated. See, young lady, that's something that you didn't know about sex. That's something that you didn't realize. So that's why they made sure that man was married to her, because what? After he married her and he hated her, the father could force him to stay with her. It didn't matter if you hate her or not. You're going to stay with her because you done got married. It's legal. And the legality bound him to that relationship. I know today the guys do that stuff, and you get married, they still get upset and not satisfied in that. But at least you got something out of that relationship. At least you said, hey, you can walk away, but you just ain't gonna walk away. I did this right. You ain't gonna just walk away. There's something he got to go through for that. But when you have sex and you ain't married, he just get up, walk away, and leave you, and don't answer your call another time. I knew a girl had sex with a young man. He stayed around about 3 or 4 months. They ended up having sex, and the boy just left it. After they had sex, they didn't have nothing to do with it. He wanted to prove it, like he could have sex with her. Told the player to let her know that they never called her again. Girl was crushed. Mentally messed her up. So that's why God don't want you to do that before. And if y'all really go back and think, the stuff I'm saying is now you see the pattern in your mind. He's so right. That's exactly what happened. Oh my God, how did people see that? That's what happened. I gave away my virginity and that's what happened. You got women that are like that too. But it's very rare you find women like that. But it's common with men. That makes sense? Next. Our emotions should be contained and protected until we feel comfortable enough to give people access. When you let people in, they can steal your heart. See, this is what you should be doing if it's a sport. Basketball is a sport. And the thing is, to keep me from getting my ball in your goal. Listen, that's the sport. I don't care how you dribble, how you come. My whole thing is to block you from putting your ball in the net. Soccer. To keep you from putting the ball in the goal. Why are you not keeping him from putting his ball in your goal? I'm talking heavy, and I don't talk, but that's the whole thing. That's why I call it sport. He's coming all he wants, but I'm rocking this, buddy. Yes. It's a sport. And the whole thing about it is keep the ball from in the goal. Hitting you over there, you got the whole goal, you just empty. He just making slam dunk, knock your flips. He's hanging on the goal. It's a sport. It's a sport. I don't care how hard, I don't care what you do. No, that ball ain't going in this goal. How long will that game last? How long will you remain a winner? Are you a winning woman or a losing woman? Because the more balls he put in your goal, the more points you give him and you lose. What's the score? 7-0? That makes sense? How many teams out there playing? You got the Lakers, the Bulls, everybody on there. I hope y'all got sense. I hope y'all see it. It make a lot of sense. We shouldn't, okay? Our emotions, okay? When you let people in, they can steal your heart. Now, go back to 1 Peter chapter 3. It says again, show you how you're winning. 1 Peter 3:1.
Likewise, ye wives, be in subjection to your own husbands, that if any obey not the word, they also may without the word be won by the conversation.
How you win a man? Not through your body. See, God is telling you, God is giving you as your coach how to win a man. And you still don't get it. You think you can win him by sex, you can win him by a hug, win him by a kiss. He's won by the conversation. Conversation wins a man. Why did they hold your chase conversation? Look at the word chase. Write that word chase down. It comes from the word chastity. So your chase conversation, we don't talk about sex. Women should look at chase. What is that? What is chase? All right, so read, say it loud.
Total abstinence from any sexual activity.
Okay. Chase? Everybody got their definition, the same definition? What is chase?
Total abstinence from any sexual activity until.
Somebody else look it up. I want one of you women to look at the word chase. What is it? So how do you win them? By having a chase conversation. A conversation that does not have sex involved in it. That's how you win a man. You don't even let that Negro talk to you about sex. Oh, when we get married, we're listening to y'all. Nigga, we ain't getting married. Go back and read 1 Peter chapter 3 and 1. Listen what kind of conversation you should be having. Let's forget the bed. We ain't having no phone sex. We ain't having no talk sex. You ain't gonna even talk sex. And when you get to the letter S in the alphabet, skip it. Look what it says. Read what it says.
Likewise, ye wives, be in subjection to your own husbands, that if any obey not the word, they also may without the word be won the conversation of the wives. While they behold your chaste
So he's telling these women in preparation, even though we're using the word wives, he's trying to show them in preparation. There is a conversation that you have to have that's chaste. Y'all with me? Don't let them even go to the conversation about it. That makes it more interesting. You say, hey, what about, oh, no. That makes them curious. It's curious. Y'all with me? All right? Be careful how you talk to a guy or a woman, because somebody can steal your heart. 2 Samuel 15 and 6. Now, some of your heart has been stolen before. You don't know how that joker got your heart. Now, what happens when a man steal your heart? You got a woman steal your heart. You go to have a conversation, y'all get real deep with each other, and they take your heart. Now, in order to get your heart back, they got something for you. In order to get it back, you got to go chasing after them. That's why when you talk, don't give your emotions away. Y'all feel that little warm feeling you're on the phone, and you talking, and you feel that little warm stuff coming out of you. That's your heart leaving you. And then you can hardly talk. And all that warm coming out of you. You can't even talk to me. You feel all that? That's the heart. Now guess what? Now you feel empty without it. You gotta talk to her every day. You gotta pick up the phone. You feel now when you don't talk to them, you like you on ease like, oh man, what he had? What's that? I thought he was gonna break. And then when they ask the person, hey, how you doing? You're like, he answered. She answered. They got your heart. And they can steal it and you don't know it. Now, boy, they got your heart. You can't go a day without talking to them. 2 days without talking to them. Your heart gone. It's gone. You just seen them at church. You got to pick up, hey, how you doing? I was doing just like I was when we just seen you at the stop sign. Hey. Right? The heart stone. 2 Samuel 15 and 6. Now you got to be careful because there are emotional thieves. They're good at it. All right, look at it. Read it, 2 Samuel 15 and 6.
And on this matter did Absalom to all Israel that came to the king for judgment. So Absalom stole the heart.
So you're supposed to give your heart to people. But some people are slick enough, they know how to steal it. And when they steal it, they still got their heart, but they done stole yours. So you're more into them than they are into you. And there are people like that. You're more into them than they into you. I mean, you can call them. That's why, and you're mad because they're not where you at. So, I've been calling you all day, you ain't even answer my call. You know, you call them, they don't answer. And they answer whenever they want to answer. They talk whenever they want to talk. Their birthday, you done bought this big old cake. It's your, you know, whatever, 25th birthday, 27th birthday, you got all the pictures and all the memories. You got dog smiling on the phone. You done took all kind of pictures. You got saved in your phone. That no ain't got one picture of you in there. She ain't got one in there. You under her in the phone. He under Brother John. She got you in a green heart. That's his mother. Starting to cash out each other and giving money, your heart slow. Now, there are many emotional things. They can steal the hearts of men and women, causing us to have to chase them to get it back. Because you got my heart. Now you chase them. Next. When you give people your heart, make sure they'll stay in, because people can establish a relationship, take part of you and spend your life chasing your heart. Yo, some ladies, young men, you give too much in relationships. You done gave yourself all in. Reserve some of yourself that you can always say, no, I've never been a person that anybody, because relationships are serious, everyone is great. That's how I had a cousin kill herself. I had all the ministers like that. Made my mind, ain't nobody gonna want to do that at all. So there was never, you know, so it's kind of like when we were young, talking to each other, you know, we had a few breakups. We got upset, we was upset about something. And we decided to break up. She decided to break up. She said, that's all, I can't take no more of that, and that's it. So, I mean, I really love her, and I love her. She broke up and said, fine, that's good, and we won't do that. She called me like a couple of days later and said, hey, you didn't call me. I said, you said you broke up. I still love you. But when you get that, when you so in that you don't care about yourself, and sometimes people say, I give you in.
It's true.
Y'all don't never be more in than no. If they break up with you, don't let them down. They broke up. You don't call them to why we breaking up. If you done said you broke up, we broke up. I ain't come. It's your job to fix this. You broke up with me. Yeah, we broke up. What? Why? What did I do? Why? Yo, you broke up. And listen. You home, crying, got a pillow, looking at all the memories, going through Facebook. Man, I'm finna go get me something to eat. Enjoy yourself. You too in, man. You too deep in. Anything that potential to break up, you got months and stuff that you trying to get over this. Eat popcorn, crying, watching movies. Man, I'm finna go out. You ain't finna kill me because I'm not gonna put myself back in if we ain't got no commitment. You too deep in, man. If the young man or young lady that you're dealing with call you today and say, listen, I don't have anything else to do with you. We're done. Because I'm not gonna let until you say that you're ready to get married and we ended it that deep. I ain't put myself there so that if you do that, I can get my stuff, my heart and my emotion to pull back anytime. You don't put too much in. You don't get no rental car and put rims on it. And I'm going to go outside and say, that's your name on the rental car. You ride around, attended the rental car, window, put a little sign on it, put down there and got rims on the rental car. You know you got to turn that car back in. If that joker ain't committed to you or she ain't committed to you, don't put no rims on it. Know that I can turn it anytime. But see, you ain't got no control over your emotions that you can do that because your emotions are too free. You give yourself away. No. You ain't make no commitment to me. Well, and until you make that commitment and publicly tell everybody in the world, I want to marry her And she said, yes, I ain't put myself into that because you can back away anytime because you ain't put it on record.
That's right.
You with me? People can steal your heart, mind, and emotion. Stop giving everyone you talk to access to your emotions and heart. Everybody don't have it. I mean, we can talk. You can tell me the minute you on the phone. She said, man, you really look nice. And your heart dropped. And your heart is already open. I look nice to her. There's a whole lot of other people look nice to her too. And your heart is wide open. She said, you know what, you will make somebody a nice husband. She said somebody, she didn't say her.
Right.
Conversation going on, conversation as y'all talking and talking, getting to know each other, heart wide open. Still that heart. And a man or a woman know when they got it. They know when they got it. When you show up with expensive stuff on my birthday and we ain't even committed, you done bought me a Rolex and we ain't even committed. You done planned for my birthday for a whole week. I've been planning your birthday on what? You're giving too much. Listen, man. Next.
That you're not giving your heart and emotions. Can that go with like friendship?
Oh yeah, friendship too. Yeah, friendship. Don't give your heart and emotion to friends as well. You got a way to make sure that they have your best interest in mind. Learn to connect physically without being attracted emotionally. That's another thing. Learn how to be around people who are physically attracted, but you're not emotional. I had some very good friends that were beautiful. Young ladies, we were friends. We were very good friends. All of them were beautiful. And not all of them. They were beautiful in their hearts, though. I mean, and I wasn't beautiful half the thing with them. They had their own, everybody has their own desire.
That's right.
So, I mean, what looks good to you may not look good to another. So we could deal with that. We could deal with that. You know, my friends, we can tell each other you ugly, they can tell me I'm ugly, we can talk and we can get along. Then the other one that was cute said, girl, you so pretty. Some guy gonna have a nice, pretty wife, but she gonna have a bad attitude. You know, like that. So we was able to be around each other, attracted. See, the thing is, to be around somebody that's not attracted, to be around somebody that's beautiful, you use the word attracted, but not have an emotional connection. That every time you look at that, you feel this tension because you're around a beautiful woman. Some men can't be around a beautiful woman without having to want her. Or help some man without wanting that, you know, like, oh man, that's potential. No. You can stay around and my emotions ain't got to get into and acknowledge. I can acknowledge that. You are beautiful. You're very beautiful. And so I have friends like that. That we can be around and acknowledge beauty, but there's no emotional connection. But when you're around people, you're say a single man and a single young lady, you have them working on a project together Sunday night. You can feel that in that happening. That shouldn't be. They can't be exposed to beauty without having desire. Beauty without being emotional connected. You follow me? So that is ma'am.
So you're basically saying like you're basically like not looking for the right friend. Because a lot of times the guy could be attractive, but the girl like, dude, like it's not even like that.
Right. Yeah, it could be
So
like,
it's like it's not the right type of
And I think we ought to be able to be around in a setting with someone and they can acknowledge that they're because see, it's not beauty and looks that I want. I got more, so I understand that I don't like you because you look good. I acknowledge you look good, but I don't know if I like you or not because I don't know the quality of person you is. So I can acknowledge, hey, he looks good or she looks good, and I don't know them, so I ain't got nothing for them based on their looks. I don't go and buy no cookies from no store because the box look good. I want to know the person. But we give a lot of attention to attraction. And attraction becomes the thing that says, man, I really like her. How can you really like a person just from seeing them? You don't even know the person. But really, we say, we cannot know a person at all and say, man, I really like him. Why? You don't know nothing about it. It's really all attraction. When you go to the convention, you see somebody that said, well, I really like him. Y'all ain't never even smoked each other. And you say, well, I like him. What do you like? He could be a robot. But you see what I'm saying? How we give so much? Okay, a guy, give me an example. A guy or woman work at work. She works at work. It's every day at work. She works. She's man, I like her. You just sitting out looking at her, man, and admire her from the side. I like to leave tell somebody, man, I really like her. What is that? What you know talk? Do you know something about her? She could be a serial killer. Follow me? Just because a male or female show you favorable attraction doesn't mean you should have emotional connection. Right? Listen, emotional connection is strong. It's strong. Not only are you going to look, you can be on the phone talking with the bank teller. Hey, how you doing? Yes, man. And how's your day today? Fine. You know, and you go talking, say, and you feel like an attraction on the tone, on the board. Nothing serious like it. You feel it, y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all know what they yeah. What's your name? Sue, what's your name? John. And you get off the phone, and you ain't got the phone, it's like, y'all done had stuff like that. Don't play your favorite stuff. So you have to be careful. Are you riding in the car? And you look and see somebody in the car? So, and then you try to drive, they put it up, you put it back. Y'all do that. I had one guy was driving me, so look, you know, it's going up. I'm slowing down. Then I look over this girl, y'all ain't never seen that? Yeah, they riding in the car. And I'm like, man, look, bro, man, I got to go to church. So this one day, she speed up, he speed up. So now, then, I know when they were getting ready to do this, but I got to go to the bathroom. See, she's going to try to pull over there, man, and that. So all that kind of stuff happens. It happens. And some of y'all didn't experience that. That's the human emotion connected. But that's all over physical attraction. So you got to control that. Emotional connection should be monitored through the head, mind, and heart. Love must be from different places. See, you got love that comes from different parts. And because you only know the love that's coming from one part, you got love from these different components. Look at the book of Matthew 22:37. I hope this is helping. 22:37.
Jesus said unto him, thou shalt love the Lord thy God with all thy heart.
See, we tell folk, I love you with my heart. But love God with your heart.
With all thy soul.
With all thy soul.
With all thy mind.
With all thy mind.
This is the first and greatest.
So I got my heart, my soul, and my mind. Don't just love with your heart, love with your mind. Some of y'all love with your heart, but you don't love with your mind. Your heart ain't got no sense. Your mind got to be in there too. Love has got to be a void room. The heart, the soul, and the mind. Not the heart alone. The heart ain't made for thinking. It's made for loving. But the mind is made for thinking. So the mind will tell you, no, this is the wrong person. The heart won't. Some of y'all, when y'all meet a person, you talk to a person, you throw your heart and your soul out the room. You follow me? So it's got to have heart, soul, mind, and body. And this is the way it should be. You got your heart involved, you got your soul involved, you got your mind involved, and that body. I don't love you with my strength of my body until this is out. You follow me? The body ain't coming until we get married. Next. There must be an order in which you love. We must love with the mind first, to ensure us that the person is genuine and honest. It is at this point that you learn the person's behavior, action, and who you are. So to actually love a person with the mind, I got to know the person. So to love with the mind, you got to learn the person. Look at the book of Matthew chapter 11 and 28. Learn, everybody say this, learn them before you love them.
Learn them before you love them.
Say it again, learn them before you love them.
Learn them before you
Don't
love
love nobody you don't learn, because once that love get in there, then you can't put it back. You love him and then learn that he was abused. You love him and then learn that he was. Don't love him until you learn it. Don't love her until you learn it. Because there's some women that can be vicious, man. They can be vicious. They get their nails done, their hair done, and their car payment off of you. You paying for her mama insurance. They have you tied up, brother. I done seen brothers come in there, man, they so wounded and they so wore out. So bad, a cousin, man. And I have to say my cousin probably was not his wife. It started with him. He went out and cheated on her and messed up. And then she went and cheated on him. And when she cheated on him, he couldn't take it. It was worse for him than her. And she put him through something. And nobody can, when a woman got you, boy, she got you. She messed you up, man. That woman make you jump off the top of the house. I'm serious. And so, you gotta learn her before you love her, because, man, a woman with no heart, a friend of mine, man, he gonna, and this is true. When I treated my little dog, and all that, woman turned, when she turned out, she turned out. It was in separate rooms. You can't outdo a woman. You ain't gonna do it. That was a separate room. She brought her boyfriend in the room. While he had other ones. While they there, he was going crazy. God, you know what this whole other day? You was the whole bird. Now you can't take it. She brought the guy in there. And the guy big enough, he can't jump on him. The guy looked like holding first cup. And he in there, somebody had a shot. And he was in there, and I go put him out. Well, throw him out. I don't want to go to jail. I don't want to go to jail. Oh, man. You don't want to go to jail. You look blue fella. Now here, I want to go get him. Why you have to don't do it all that? I'm going there. Now you coming over here. All that talk. Hey, Joe. Wait a minute. We're going to be the old brothers. But that man was not gone. It's a tormenting thing. So learn them before you love. There are women who actually they thrive at that. They're not giving themselves to get you in. And once you get in, I mean everything. Everything. So when my friends said, boy, it's gonna sound good. You need to back out, man. It's too far in. You know, I mean, we're always talking about her bill. Always talking about she need this done. She gotta have that done. This done. And I'm so frustrated. So I just can't talk right now. I said, man, you crazy. You crazy. I just can't talk right now. I said, man, this woman got you on the spell, man. Got a settlement. People spend all kind of money on the settlement. Everything, man. Cars and everything else. She keep getting upset. I said, man, that'll be upset. Buying cars, buying shoes. When all that money was gone, she was gone too. She made sure she got all the stuff in her name. She was working on her house. She was working on her house. She was serving me real good. Working on her house. Man, you that kind of stuff. So, look, Jesus said, take my yoke upon you and learn of me. Say it again, learn them.
Learn them.
Love them. So this causes me to strategically love. I'm saying, let me see if I know enough about them. Then I say, oh, you know what? I'll give you a little bit more. Because I can trust you. I trust you. Don't give nobody your love that you can't trust. If you can trust them until you learn. Too often we love before we learn. This is dangerous because love is connected with your emotions. Come on, go next. And it hurts to try to pull back. And let me tell you this, when you're in relationships that you know is not good for you, you'll wait until you feel good to get out. But you're never going to feel good. Don't follow your emotion. Your emotion will have to follow you. When you determine mentally that somebody really is not for you, and really not, pull away. It's going to hurt. Give them up. It's going to hurt because your emotions have feeling, but your mind doesn't. Your emotion will eventually follow your mind. If you go ahead and leave them alone, don't call them. This is what I suggest to people, because there's people who try to get out of relationships. I tell them, don't block them. Just don't answer the call. That's strength. See, if you block people, that means you still haven't got the strength to know that they're there. If you got to block a person not to deal with them, you ain't got enough power to say no to them. So if you see them calling, you see that name, you just can't, what you do, you put on your phone, Satan is trying to destroy you. Satan is trying to destroy me. Get me behind me. So when I pull up, a scripture comes. A son comes and no, ain't answering. Now y'all laughing, but that'll help. A man should first love. Now the man ought to be the first one to love. Women ought not to be the first one to love. Let him be the first one. Let him go crazy first. Let him get into you first. He ought to be the first one to love. You. Not you, the first one to love him. I ain't into you like that yet. No, not yet. And it ought not be something that quick. I'm love at first sight. 1 John 4:19. Men ought to be the first one to love. Don't you tell him you love him first, and don't you start loving him first. You make him work for your love. Look what it says, 1 John 4:19.
We love him because he first loved us.
Why do we love him?
Because he first loved us.
Why should you love him? Because they first loved you. So the woman should love after he has proven his love, not before. Y'all with me? He should release love first. Some men never love while the woman is in love. Men should be the ones giving. Don't be giving them all this stuff. John 3:16, he is to be the giver, not you. Don't give him nothing at all. Nothing. He's supposed to be finding her prices for above Ruben. Do you go inside Winn-Dixie or Publix and they say, welcome to Winn-Dixie, here's $100? No.
No.
He's supposed to be, it's your price. You're the one that he's supposed to be buying. You don't go and buying him all this stuff. I want to show, see, you gotta be the chase. You're not the chase. You gotta be the one that he's trying to get and not the one trying to get. So it's important. If you don't buy him a lot of stuff, don't buy him gifts, don't buy him all that. His birthday, what you gonna give me for my birthday? I may not get you nothing. You don't have to. And if he's the kind of guy that's saying, now see, we're talking wrong. If he's the guy that's saying he needs you to give him something for that relationship to continue, he's something wrong with him. Now, if you don't want to give me nothing, fine, bro. I'm not asking you to give me something. I'm not buying you. I dare you to get in a relationship and don't buy a man nothing for it. If you get in a relationship, don't buy him nothing for his birthday, don't buy him nothing for nothing. You want me, I don't want you. I'm the one that's supposed to be the chase. But no, you do more than he does for you. He bought you a teddy bear and a piece of candy. He bought in a car. But let me do it like this. It might not be that bad. But you value the stuff that he got. And then when you add up, see, I'm like this, here. And then when we went to the car, we're talking, I added up what it costs. I might have been wrong, but I added up what it cost. I ain't gonna get more. We went to the movie together. I didn't pay what I wanted to do. I didn't pay. I didn't know you don't like me. We just friends. I ain't paying for the movie like that. She looked at me like I paid for it. I got my $5, we got you. And she was about, you didn't even pay for my movie. I said, hey, we were just hanging out as friends to go to what, tonight. But I ain't gonna pay you, I ain't buying you popcorn or your movie. Enjoy it. Now that sounds pretty rough though. But y'all be paying for everything. Who I left my wallet? All right, well, you can watch me.
Okay.
I left my wallet and my phone died. And y'all know good and well when people get that close and you done left nothing, they don't think they're supposed to pay you back. If you left your wallet and I did pay you cash up, I'm gonna text you and say, hey, don't forget my $20 for that steak dinner you had the other day. Tell me what, man, it's time to go. How many more slides I got? Run through that way. Next, two of the women are first love, which is a block. Don't be the first love. And women must be able to make a mental evaluation of where a man is and decide whether the process based upon where the male is next. Once a woman or man has determined that a person is mentally connected and a genuine connected, mentally they can proceed with caution. Two people looking to enter a relationship must have the same mind. The same mind being you that was also in Christ Jesus. The Bible tells that Jesus took upon himself the nature of God. How does a person love with the soul next? Once you love with the soul, you have said this person can be trusted with a little more of you. The soul is the inner man. At this point, you can give that person access to the inner man. At this point, the middle inspection is over and you can move forward about sharing certain information, what we caution next. The heart. At this point, you can share unlimited information because you have established that the person is trustworthy. The last place is the heart. Next, the body is the last place to share after marriage because you have determined that they can be trusted with your intimacy. When you give your body before giving your leave, you will go off your blood. Mind, information sharing, soul, conversation sharing, heart, emotion sharing, body, chemical, and sex sharing. Don't y'all mean releasing no chemical. Saliva, sweat, anything. I tell you that. You're gonna have a chemical reaction. Okay, listen.